Yeah, I know it's the hot summer months, but we're about to check out something real cool. The new Oris Aquis Carysfort Reef limited edition dive watch. Let's take a look. Here's the booklet here that comes with the watch. 30,000 corals planted. And let's take a look at the book. Very cool. It starts out with the tradition of Oris and their watches, and then we start looking into the dive watch itself. We're talking about Carysfort Reef. Carysfort Reef is located off here, off the Keys, and specifically Key Largo. It's a reef that isn't in good health, and the coral restoration people have been doing a great job. The watch gets its name, Carysfort, from Carysfort Reef. As I spoke about before, it's off of Key Largo, and it's part of the Florida Keys Marine National Sanctuary. And over the last 40 to 50 years, the reef has been severely degraded, and it's been losing coral populations. They believe it's been up to about 98% decline. But through the efforts of the Coral Restoration Foundation in Florida, what they've been doing is planting these corals, and this watch is in honor of the 30,000th planting. So yeah, 30,000 coral planted, and this isn't in general what the Coral Restoration Foundation has done. It was 30,000 done just at the Carysfort Reef location, which is pretty amazing if you think about it. Throughout the Keys, they've restored about 120,000 corals to the ecosystem. That number is amazing when you think about it. That basically translates to 8,000 square meters of coral reef that they planted here in the Florida Keys. So why Carysfort Reef? Well, Carysfort Reef is one of the most iconic coral reefs around. It was the epicenter for early recreational dive industry, and was one of the premier destinations for fishing for U.S. presidents. It's also the location where the world's first underwater color photograph was taken, and it was one of the best reefs of the Florida Keys reef system. But it's been going downhill since the 1970s. The Coral Restoration Foundation has been working hard planting these corals to restore Carysfort Reef into a healthy, thriving reef system. The Carysfort Reef watch is an Oris Aquis, specifically a GMT model Aquis, and it just looks great. It's a fantastic looking watch. You can see it here in the video. That blue really stands out. It's a nice sunburst type of effect on the dial. Really nice blue, and then with the highlights of orange that just pop. The orange with the blue reminds me of the original coral restoration watch that Oris did for them, and that's the Staghorn limited edition. This one is a limited edition watch. There's only 2,000 of these worldwide, and some of the features of the watch, it's stainless steel case, and this one is on the stainless steel bracelet. Now, if you're into diving, which, you know, Carysfort Reef watch, you know, we hope you should be into diving with this watch, but I understand if you're not. It's just a stunning watch. So it's 300 meters down, far deeper than you probably really realistically need to go. So that's great, and it's just a superb dive watch. This watch is, it's got a lower profile. It doesn't bang stuff when you're on the boat. It's really reliable. I like the way they have the bolts into the band, you know, where the bracelet attaches to the head. It's just got a lot of useful stuff. You could tell that the people who design it and use it like to dive a lot. Now, the size of this watch is 43.5 millimeters, and the case thickness is 12.6 millimeters. And on my wrist, you can see it. My wrist is about a 7.5-inch wrist. So it's a good size watch. It's not big, not too large, not too small. I find it really a good size overall. Now, the crystal is an anti-reflective, scratch-resistant sapphire crystal, and it's got a unidirectional rotating bezel. Now, that bezel is also a ceramic bezel, and if you look at it closely, it's like a dark black and then like a dark bluish green on the bezel as well. They kind of like fades into it, so it's kind of a cool effect. That's why I'm trying to show you different angles so you can kind of see how it looks, but it's really subtle, but it looks cool. The movement on the watch is an Oris caliber 798 with a base SW 330-1. It's got the red rotor, of course, and it's 25 joule, and the power reserve on it is about 42 hours. Now, you can see it here in the dark with the lume. Thanks for taking the time to check out my video. Hope you all have a good one.